Yeah, I think, for us, it was important to get to a fast start in front of our home crowd at the home field. Um, and I thought we were able to do that in the first 25 or 30 minutes, getting the first two goals. I thought was really important and allowed us to kind of now be in control of sort of the game. And then, I think towards the end of the first half, we were pinned back a little bit, and that's normal. I thought Ottawa had a really good response to sort of the first 25 minutes, and then the second half we challenged the group at halftime to if this is a team and a club that wants to pursue trophies, you take care of business. And I thought the response coming out of the second half was really good, and really nice to see for me and for the team to see contributions from a lot of people. And I thought you can see the development and the quality of this group across the board, 1 to 31, and everybody made really positive contributions.
Thanks, Coach. We'll start with questions here in the room. Again, please raise your hand. I'll get the microphone to you. We'll start here.
Nere Vargas for Extrema Tennessee. Coach, I have a phrase from yesterday I want to talking with you about. On the press conference for the Ottawa team, his coach said to another media outlet is we lost in front of the one of the best club of MLS. I want to know what do you think about.
I mean, we appreciate that compliment. We have a group that puts a lot of hard work in each and every day, staff as well. And for us, we don't take anything for granted at this club. We have a saying that we turn every single page every single day. And for us, we have our internal goals, we have our ambitions, and it's nice to be recognized by peers, but at the same time, we remain humble and hungry every single game.
BJ, in the first half, Ahmed Kassim was kind of in a little bit of a pocket when it came to, next to Alex Moyle behind Whoopin Pacious. In the first leg, he played out wide in that little attacking left mid role. And then for the second half, it seemed like, he switched more of that wider spot on that left attacking mid role, got behind the line, scored himself a goal. Just what went into the process of just him trying to figure out a spot for him in the first half and what transitioned in the second half?
Yeah, credit to Ottawa. They were really tactically set up well. And for us, it was sometimes the wingbacks were released and sometimes they weren't released. And we thought that, if they weren't, there was opportunities in the middle of the field for us to get Ahmed or Alex on the ball. And then if they were, we wanted to kind of, be able to stretch and make the field as big as possible. So I think it was just kind of a little bit, for lack of a better term, like a cat and mouse and trying to find it. The spacing and the connection between Alex and Ahmed just took a little while to get it out, to get the feeling and the spacing right. But I think once we were able to get it right, we had threats through the middle, and we also had threats behind.
BJ Arturo Uzcategui for Golazo Canada and Noventa Sports. Congratulations on moving on to the next round. Now it's Miami. And obviously you guys have faced Miami before with unfortunate results, but what's that mindset going in again against the Miami? Obviously the team has gone through some changes. You guys have as well. Now you added somebody like Christian. What's the mindset going into another knockout round against Miami?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, we're going to switch our mindsets right now to Dallas. Everybody, making sure everybody's recovered that needs to be recovered and prepared that needs to be prepared. And the focus will be 100% on Dallas. I mean, when the time comes to start the preparations for Miami, we know that they've had some changes to their roster. We'll continue to evaluate them like we do any other team. Try to come up with the best game plan that we can that fits the way that we play. And we look forward to the opportunity, and we're grateful. This is a tournament that we take seriously. We understand the prestige of the tournament, and we look forward to the opportunity from advancing to take them on.
BJ, 3 more debuts tonight for you. I know you've said before you have a headache kind of picking up the starting lineup, but do you have a headache picking out the squad even, who is on the bench? And do you feel like this is kind of it's definitely a good problem to have, but how do you keep everybody sort of satisfied with that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you earn your playing time. And for us, we know when you compete in these tournaments that you're going to have to use your whole team. We're confident in our whole team. And, you know, I think that competition brings out the best of everybody. And the debuts that you saw tonight and the performances you saw tonight, I think, come from that, right? Guys want to play. And when they get their opportunities, they need to seize that moment. And, you know, I think you're watching a group that's developing and coming together. There's still a lot that we need to work on. But it's done right now with the right mentality and the right focus.
PJ, from your point of view, I was talking to the coach just a minute ago, and he was saying that the gap is still big between what they represent and perhaps what the Nashville Soccer Club does represent in the MLS. Now, from your coach's perspective, how big is this gap, or was before this competition started? What's your opinion about what they did?
I mean, I said this from the beginning, and I mean it with the utmost sincerity. That the way that Ottawa plays, how clear of an identity that they have, they create uncertainty in your group, right? And you saw for long periods of time it was difficult, especially in the first half. It was difficult for us to get around the ball defensively. They were able to really attract us and disorganize us. And, you know, listen, I think in the first half we took our chances. And so I expect that Ottawa will have a very successful season. And knowing that, you know, kind of where they are, it also in their preseason type of preparation and moving on and not having to start the season for, you know, a little bit, that's a very good team, in my opinion.
All right, we'll do one more here in the room. And then if there's anybody on Zoom that has questions, go ahead and click the raise your hand button and we'll get to you.
BJ, Matt Corcoran had one assist tonight, and another. I don't know if he got credited for it, but had the cross to lead to the first goal of the game. Outside of his passing, what do you feel he consistently needs to show in order to just earn more playing time in MLS?
Yeah, I mean, the ball that he plays for the second goal is, we showed it at halftime. It was great, and I think you see the passing range that he has, and as a deep lying playmaker. And for me, I think it's just him continuing to work, him to continuing to be consistent, and at the time without the ball, making sure that when he's in duels and winning second balls, that he's winning those.
All right, now do you see a question on Zoom from Ben Wright? Ben, your line should be open. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey BJ. I wanted to ask about Jordan Knight. I know you talked about his ability to play forward. What went into the decision to kind of push him up to a higher position, and then back in the fullback spot? What did you make of Reed Baker-Whiting's debut?
Yeah, with Jordan, we see him as a fullback and we see him as a winger, and there's some similarities in the way that we want to play with that positional profile. But tonight, again, I thought, when we analyzed our first game coming into the second game, we thought we still needed some threats behind the back line. And that's something that Jordan can do, and you saw that tonight. And so for us, it's just about continuing for him to develop and us to work with him, that he becomes even more lethal. But I thought he had a really good performance. And again, it can't be, we talk about with the ball, but without the ball, I thought he was playing a new position. He hasn't trained that position necessarily from a defensive side, and in about 2 days, he was able to pick up a lot of that information, and a lot of credit goes to him for a good solid night on the defensive side. Oh, sorry, Ben. Reed. I thought Reed had a really, really solid performance. Right away, you could see how comfortable he was advancing the ball, breaking lines. His connection to the back line, and again, another guy who's probably trained with us fully for 2 days or 2.5 days, and a guy that's really taking on the concepts, and you can see a lot of his potential, and a guy that we expect to make a contribution this year for sure.
All right, we'll wrap up with that. Coach, thanks for the time. Congratulations again. Best of luck on the weekend in Dallas, and obviously moving forward against Miami in the tournament.
Great, thanks, guys.